Whoa.
podcast is this. And it sounds like a Kit Kat.
It does.
And the rest is history.
Now.
Huh?
We're present.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. What is that? Like, it's not over.
Well, I know, but like we met and then
I never
like
really understood that saying, actually.
and the rest is history. Like how we got to where we are is just like it's like we met and then instant. You know what I mean?
I
That was
can't
loud.
snap,
You can't-
actually.
Really?
I can't do that. No.
Wait, let's try to clap at the same time.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
We could have like
Like us rapping?
bloopers. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, we actually can't rap, but we can
No.
pretend.
I don't have what are they? What is it?
Freestyle.
I can't spit, as the children say.
Don't ever say that again. Don't ever say that again. Okay.
No, but like seriously, I'm so like out of it with like a lot of terms.
Oh, me too. I don't know anything. I really don't.
Like,
I think it also has something to do with our innocence.
yeah.
That definitely plays a role.
Also, I'm not on TikTok, so I feel like I'm not as exposed to a lot of trends.
That's true. That's
Like,
yeah.
I get the runoff on like Instagram.
Yeah, you get like the trends that make it to Instagram, and then they're like a month later.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I'll send stuff.
You should really get TikTok.
I know. I don't know. I always hesitate. I don't know what the hesitation is.
Yeah, what is the hesitation?
I'm not really sure.
Like the addiction to it or something? That
Maybe.
you're worried about?
Maybe it's the addiction. Maybe it's like, because I know how like it can get a bit toxic after a while. Like certain
Yeah.
communities on there, I don't like, and I don't know. Also, like the whole security thing.
I guess, yeah. That's.
But I feel like,
I mean, everyone's doing it. We're all gonna die at some point.
I feel like everyone who has to learn something from me already knows, just because I already have everything else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like one app isn't gonna like.
yeah. I feel
this
like the other apps are doing the same thing. I don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, I it's not that I don't open TikToks. I'm that far against it. I just don't have the app and I don't have an account.
Yeah. It's valid though. I don't know. I've considered deleting it like a million times, but I just think it's fun.
I know so many people who delete it and then they re-download it. And I'm like,
Then what's the point?
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I like it because I can send videos.
I mean, like, I love like receiving TikToks and like watching them. I find them entertaining.
I feel like if you had a TikTok, maybe you wouldn't be someone to post, but I would send you like 500 videos a day.
I mean,
Yeah.
I send you stuff.
Yeah, but on TikTok it'd be worse. It's so much.
You haven't even seen
it's
like
so much easier to
I'm just
send you
scratching the
stuff.
surface with the things I send you. Like,
Oh, I know.
I
'Cause we
filter
haven't-
myself.
We haven't like connected this close since we were younger.
no, like
so we're like reconnecting.
I know, and I'm like, I don't know what I can and can't send
anything,
you. Like,
dude. Literally anything.
even like the most
Out of pocket, whatever.
craziest shit. Like
if it reminds you of
There was
me, just send it.
what if it doesn't remind me of you?
Just send it. Like
I
whatever.
literally the other day I was just scrolling and I got a video of it was like a mannequin hand and it was stirring a boiling pot of plastic babies.
See,
what-
I would send you that.
What would you do if I sent you that? Like, what would your response be?
I don't know if I would respond, but I would just be like, "That's our friendship." Like valid. Like that's valid.
No, because like I feel like my humor has changed a lot since college. Like actually, like
I low key laugh at everything.
yeah, like I mean I've always like I'll laugh at dark humor, but I think this is like our generation. But like I don't know,
I
like
laugh at
used to
stupid
be
stuff.
no same no because like I have the humor of a 35-year-old like white man who's a father of like 3 and lives in the suburbs.
That is really specific.
It's really specific,
That's
but it's
really
so valid.
specific.
I also have the humor, a little bit of the humor of like the Facebook moms, where they're like,
Stop. My mom. Our
like
moms,
slapstick.
actually.
Literally no, because I find myself laughing at some of the things she shows me. I'm
No,
like, bro.
same. It's really bad.
I'm like, what have I become?
no, literally, like, what am I doing?
And then like, I also will laugh. I'll laugh at like penis jokes and shit now. Like, you know what I mean? I curse a lot more now, but like I'm not
You
like
never used to curse.
God,
dude.
no.
Ooh, I'd be
the
like,
first
"Ooh,
time
a
the
bad
first
word."
time I cursed, I cursed in front of Miss for the first time this year. And she was just like, "Oh."
What did you say?
I said like shit. I literally said like shit or like hell.
Shit is like a normal word to
Literally,
me. Like, that's in like the dictionary type thing, you know? Same with hell. I mean, that's a place.
I mean, hell's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, Uchi double hugs. Like, I was that kid that was like, I was never like, oh, don't curse. But I also
But you
wasn't.
didn't.
I just didn't.
I was like that for a while, and then
Yeah.
at a point,
I think high school was when it changed for you.
high school, yeah, it did. I mean, my parents
Junior
always did.
year is when I started adding more things to my vernacular.
So, like,
I'm trying to be academic, okay?
you're so academic, it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to read more.
No, you don't.
I do though. I've been like,
Whatever word you just said, I don't even know what it is.
what, vernacular?
Yeah.
It's like common vocabulary you use.
Mm.
Like every day.
I use the word, like, a lot.
I do too. It's a filler word.
And slay.
Slay. Bro.
I can't,
No,
I can't
people use the
say
word
slay
slay.
anymore, but
Slay. Oh
I
my
need
god.
to stop saying slay.
My communications professor said slay.
Everyone
Man's is
says
65.
slay.
No, because like I feel like we're still using slang from like 2016.
We are. We're using slang from 2016 that was a joke as real.
Like we're using it, we're using it unironically now.
Yes.
Like it's not ironic anymore.
No,
People
it's,
like
it's dead ass a word.
yeah.
I say dead ass a lot.
Dead ass.
Dead ass.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
I say dead ass. Like, every time someone says something I agree with, I'm like, dead ass.
Dead ass. No cap.
Oh my god, also when I think something is funny, I'm like, oh my god, he said, and I repeat it. That's not funny. But
my
I
God, he
can't
said-
help it. I repeat things when I think it's funny.
No,
Like,
I do too.
It's so
Like
bad.
if someone messes up in mid conversation, I'll repeat the word they messed up.
Or even if someone makes a joke or like says something out of pocket, I'm like, oh my god, he just said the chicken, whatever. Like, I repeat it as if it will get funnier,
You've been
but it's not. It's just funny
just-
to me.
no because you've been doing that ever since we were like young.
I do that. It's really annoying. I think it's annoying,
but I'm used
I
to
can't
it.
Stop.
No, but like I'm so used to it. I laugh too.
Yeah,
'Cause,
because
like,
it's like normal, but like it's not.
but it's not for
It's
like
not.
for most people who haven't been exposed to your humor.
But why do I? It's so annoying. I find,
Oh my God.
I like after I say it,
She's
I'm
so
like, bro, she's so annoying. Like, why did I say
Okay,
that?
but like if you can't look back at like some of your past actions and cringe, then like what
Oh,
are you doing?
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I do.
I saw this one clip the other day. It was like, if you can't look back at yourself and cringe, that shows you haven't grown. It's like if you can't look back at yourself and cringe, maybe people are cringing right now.
Well, they definitely are cringing at me right now. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
also cringe
I like
at
it.
myself. So
I know I'm cringe.
I'm so cringe,
But, like-
but it's okay.
You
Like,
gotta
it's kind of
embrace it.
fun.
You gotta embrace it. Like, because if you don't, then
Like life isn't that serious.
no. I'm learning to like not take things as seriously. I'm learning to actually have fun with my life. Like you know,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I took everything so
You
seriously.
did. You were really. I was serious, but not as serious as you.
Girl,
dude.
yeah.
I was crazy though.
Mhm.
I was kind of crazy.
I feel like I should lower my mic a bit. How do I do that?
I don't know.
Can you lower it? I don't think I can.
Wait, that was the same.
No. Wait, she did this.
Oh, we are doing technical difficulties.
Oh wait, that's my hand. You can move this, but like not
This is Logos too. Yeah.
You should move my phone, otherwise you can see space.
Yeah, that's why I kind of put them on an angle.
Oh, not my water either.
No, too glass.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Honestly, like
We
the
have a
vibe
good dynamic.
we do, and honestly, when we like reconnected this summer, I was a little bit worried.
Same. I was like, what if it's not the
What if
same?
it's like, because we've been apart for so long and we've grown so much
Yeah.
from like,
But we
'cause
like, even
we-
though we grew apart, we grew the same. Does that make sense?
I feel like I kind of get what you're saying, but like at the same time, I'm like, we grew apart. Like we grew up
Yeah.
separately, but we didn't, and we kind of grew apart. But I feel like, well, like throughout our entire friendship, we
It was
never really
always
had
on
to.
and off.
We never really had to be together 24/7 for us to be close.
Absolutely not. We'd see each other once a week, and it was
Or and then it started becoming once a month.
yeah. It kept separating more and more. But
And like we had different friends, we went to different schools,
Yeah.
and so things are different.
and we did different things.
Yeah.
Like, completely different. Like I don't think people would expect us to be friends.
No, literally no, because I was literally like, I think it was like going into college. I was like, okay, I was coming to terms with the fact that maybe we wouldn't be as.
I never thought that. I don't think.
I was like, because I didn't know what the future was going to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to like be like, okay, well, I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say.
No, but you were going into psychology and you were staying with people we knew from high school.
Yeah.
Like you already knew your roommates or whatever.
Well, I knew one roommate.
Yeah, and I was going to a completely different school. I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And I was like
And,
promising everybody, I'm going
I
to
think-
Greek life, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Our personalities, our lifestyle choices, they're very different.
Yeah.
Like our lifestyle choices are different.
Definitely.
I will say that.
Definitely.
So like when you see that and you see us, you think they're friends, like they're that close.
Yeah. But like, so people from our childhood believe that we're friends because they
Yes.
knew that we were friends.
And they've seen us together.
Yes. But people like in college, like
If my friends from college met your friends from college and they conversed about us, they would not think.
they would not think we would get along at all.
Your friends and my friends wouldn't even be in the same room together.
Ever. I don't even think they would approach each other in public.
They wouldn't even be in a
Cross
situation
paths.
where they would cross paths.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like, we have different tastes in people, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and everything. I mean, we're fairly very different.
Yeah, we're
But
like
our
we're kind of like
differences-
polar opposites, but like we're very similar where it matters.
We're like a combination that works, like peanut butter and jelly.
Yin and yang.
Yes, like that's like us. Like we're so different that it works.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it. Also, like the plant thing, like growing apart, like you know, like those things that they attach trees to hold them up.
Like the little stick.
Yeah, yeah. So like we grew up like in different places, but we were attached to the same stick.
I kind of get that. Like
I'm just imagining two little trees attached
little
to sticks,
trees,
and they're like.
see, because I'm thinking of the oak tree that we had in my front yard that like
An oak tree.
yeah, we had an oak
I was
tree.
thinking of a cute little tree. Not an oak tree.
It's like big and sturdy, you know.
No.
But like, I don't know.
What
Our
a footrest.
friendship always baffled me. Like reflecting on it, like I felt like if we had met in college, like we did not know each other at all before.
Yeah.
Do you think we would be friends?
No.
I don't think so either.
It
And that's
had
kind
to
of-
have been a little kid thing.
That's what scared me. That's what like I was always like, oh my god, if we had never met when we were younger, we would not be friends now.
Yeah, I can hear my mom in a conference call. It's really confusing
But like,
me.
I don't know. It just you know what's crazy is like little kids, they become friends with everyone.
That's so
Do you know
true.
what I mean? Like it's so easy to become friends with, like as a kid.
When you're little, yeah.
Yeah. And then like when you get
The older you get, the harder it is.
I don't know what it
Because you're worried
is.
about judgment.
That is so
That's
true.
when you get older, judgment kicks in, and that's when it starts getting like crazy.
And like if you know, when we were younger we were always like, oh my god, what if we went to the same college and we lived together? I don't know if that would have worked out. If I'm gonna
I
be
don't
really
think it
honest.
would have. We're so different.
No, because people are like, oh, don't move in with your friends, it'll go horribly. I feel like
For us, it would have. Because we need different lifestyles for
Yeah.
our friendship to
we need to be
thrive.
separate.
Yeah.
we need to
We do,
we need to
but-
have separate domains.
But that's okay.
in order to thrive together.
Yeah.
And I'm learning to be okay with that. Like when I was younger I was like, I don't know, like I don't know. Like
No, I feel that. I like changing for people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, being like insecure about your relationships with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, because you want them to still like you. Especially when you're
Yeah.
getting older, you're more insecure as you grow.
Especially and like because we knew each other when we were young, we got to know each other like that young version of ourselves. Like we grew up together.
Yeah.
Right? But during that like time that you grow, you don't know if your personalities will continue to meld, like mesh
Yeah,
well.
yeah, because your personalities are like growing all over the place.
You
the older
become
you get.
who you are. Like you're learning who you are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what if who you become doesn't mesh well with who they become?
Yeah,
Do you know what I
there
mean?
definitely was a point where I was scared. Like, what if, like, when I was little,
Mm-hmm.
I was 110% sure that you were going to be standing as one of my bridesmaids at my wedding, you know?
Me too.
And then, like, when we started, like, senior year and then, like,
Yeah.
college, I got nervous. I'm like,
Me too.
will she be there?
I would see. My thing was, I thought that about you. I thought
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna want to stay
That was me, too, thinking about that
because
about you.
I wanted to stay,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure if you wanted to stay.
Same, okay. Yeah.
I'm so glad we're having this conversation though
Me
because I
too,
was so
actually.
terrified. Like this is
No,
like a really,
same.
it's a really uncomfortable conversation, but I'm glad we're having it.
I'm also glad
Because-
that we have it, like, recorded. We
And
can
I'm-
go back and listen to
I'm
it.
also really glad that even though like it was two completely different like situations, we were like different places, we were still thinking the same thing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, I'm so glad that we both wanted to maintain this friendship.
No, same.
Because I wasn't sure. If
I
I'm
wasn't
being
even,
honest.
there were definitely points where I was scared, but inside I felt like I knew that it had to stay, especially because her mom still stayed close.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, well, we have to, like, we're gonna make it through. You
I was
know?
like, well, even if we don't stay close, we're still gonna have to run into each other for the rest of our lives.
exactly.
But
I was scared that there would be, because this had never happened to us, where there was a point where it was awkward.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
I know. And like, okay, I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Okay.
When we first met up, after you dyed your hair and we
Uh-huh.
were home,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know how.
I didn't know either. I thought it was gonna be really awkward.
I thought it was gonna be really awkward.
And I feel like the first, like,
It was-
3 minutes was tense.
It was.
I feel like
Because
it
we
was.
both didn't.
Because we were both scared.
We were both like, how is this gonna
Because I never want to have that moment with you where it feels awkward. Because that's never
It
happened.
terrifies me because we've never been like that.
Like other people, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like if I see someone
Yeah.
I knew in high school, it's gonna be awkward because
Yeah,
I don't care.
awkward as hell.
But like,
I don't know.
it's never been awkward, and I didn't
well,
want
it's
it
never
to
been
be.
awkward for longer than like 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because like, after not seeing each other for a really long time, you're both reassessing the situation. Like, okay, how's our
And
vibe
you're
gonna
both
be?
insecure.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But it's not a well, it is about the other person, but it's how that other person perceives you.
Yeah.
It's not about how you perceive that other person.
Yeah. There's always like common ground with us though. Mm-hmm. Like there's
I don't
some
know what
friends
it is.
that sometimes like I'll be really close to someone for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I'm just like I don't know like what to talk about. Like we're so different, but somehow like even no matter how different we
We're,
are,
like-
there's always a common
What's-
ground.
That's what like baffles me about our relationship.
Yeah.
Is like we're so different and yet we still never fail to find something to talk about.
We're always talking about something, even if it's like
Like random shit.
something that one of us
Did.
is more interested in than the other.
But we'll listen.
We listen and we like give opinions and
Yeah.
even like gain interest on
Yeah.
it.
Like what I love about like listening to other people talk about their passions is how passionate they are.
They are, yeah.
And that makes me more interested in what they're
Yeah, and like
interested in.
if they sell it well and like I start to gain interest in that, you know.
And I think it also has to do with how you perceive the person who's talking.
yeah, like
Because
I would've-
if you already like have an adoration for that person,
Yeah.
and then you see them excited about something that they find so interesting and like, you know, like engaging, you're
Yeah.
gonna like you're already like predisposed to like be more inclined to like look into it and like be more like an active listener when they're talking about it. But then because you see how excited they are,
Yeah.
you grow more interest.
we should eat shredded cheese.
Oh my god, just a whole bag.
Yeah,
Like a
like
gallon
one of
bag.
like the Mexican mix.
Best mix.
I'm telling
That and
you.
mozzarella.
Dude, I'm telling
God, I
you.
love mozzarella. But like,
God.
when I do eventually start to date,
Okay.
and I date someone from school,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
And we happen to go somewhere off campus,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna have my friends tail me.
As you should.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so like, it's not that like I don't. It's trust.
Mhm.
It's not. I'm not saying that I don't trust the person, but they haven't given me a reason to trust them.
Exactly, especially the first time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't feel guilty. Like being like, hey, well, I'm obviously going to tell my friends, hey, I'm going on a date, yada, yada, yada. Would you mind, tailing?
Yeah.
'Cause
No, you should totally do like the funny stuff where they like put on disguises and sit. In
I
the booth
saw
across
a
from you or
video the
something.
other day. These girls were wearing like fake beards, and they're
Yes.
walking up. People were looking at them like really crazy, but like they were watching their friend on their date.
Yeah.
Their date.
Whatever makes you feel safe. I mean, it's nothing against the person that you're
No,
with. It's
like,
for your personal safety.
It's nothing against the
also
person
that's
at all.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Like, why not? That's fun.
yeah, and then like if it actually ends up working out, it's something you can laugh about.
Exactly. Something you can say at the wedding. Like, keep it a secret and then be like,
And like the maid of honor speech. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, by the way, we went to your first date. In
Like,
beards.
talking about maid of honor, I have no idea.
It's hard.
It's really hard.
It's gotta be hard. For me, it's not because Colleen has to.
Yeah.
You know, I have a sister.
Yeah,
But for
I
you,
don't
like,
have a
you
sister.
have to pick.
I have to pick,
Which is
and
hard.
I have a lot of childhood friends that a bunch of other like friends
Yeah, and
that I'm still
people that
connected
you're
with.
probably still gonna connect with in life.
Yeah,
Like, if the person that you end
There's-
up getting with has a sister, and you
Yeah.
end up getting really close with her, like, there's just
there's
a
so many
bunch-
people I've yet to meet.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so hard.
Yeah. The fear of, like, hurting someone's feelings. Yeah.
I don't like the title of maid of honor is like, oh my god, but the responsibilities, kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I mean
'Cause-
I'd step up to the challenge if someone asked me. Like I definitely
Yeah.
work my ass off, but like the thought of having to do all those things, because maid of honor isn't just a title. Like they're up there organizing too.
Yeah.
and you're in charge of the bride the day of.
Yeah, it's
So
a
good
lot
luck.
of pressure.
Yeah, whew.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know.
lot. I don't know what I would do if I was like someone's maid of honor. Like I'm gonna be Colleen's. I know that.
Yeah.
Because like it's built in that it's your sister, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
That's a weird. Yeah, that's one thing about not having siblings.
yeah.
You don't have.
Or what if you had two?
Oh my god.
Like what if you had two sisters?
God. And then I'd pick a friend.
Yeah, right. Like you can't pick over your family.
Absolutely not, because then they're gonna think there's a favorite.
Yeah.
But it's like, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. But like,
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
and the
Like-
thing is, I'm an only child, as you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to like end up with another only child. I want my kids to have aunts and uncles.
Family. Yeah.
Like related. Like all of my friends are gonna be aunts and uncles, but like
Yeah.
blood related ones too.
I'm gonna be your kid's favorite aunt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the aunt that checks your kid out of school early when you don't know.
Oh God. Please don't be too bad of an influence. God, I already have a vodka aunt for them.
They need a bad influence because you're too good of one.
That's, oh my God. Speaking of which, a lot of friends in high school, I won a lot of parents over in high school. Like all of my friends' parents adored me in high school because I was such a
Yeah.
good influence.
Yeah, because you're a good kid.
I don't know what, I don't know why.
You don't know why?
I don't know why.
You don't
like,
know why?
Obviously, my parents raised me well. Shout out to
Wow.
them. But like, I don't know. Like, I never went through like a rebellious phase. It never like intrigued me.
Yeah, you're just such a calm person. Like you have a calm personality.
I feel like I'm a very mellow person.
Yeah.
Like, my mom told me when I was like 3 or something like that, they used to take me to like the local orchestras. Like, they used to do like a picnic in the park kind of thing. I was really young. And, you know, my mom said like the whole time I would just sit there and I'd just watch and I'd listen. And like this one old lady like came up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know she was there. She's like so well behaved." And I don't know, I've always been quiet.
Yeah, you definitely have always been quiet.
Like, your mom used to yell at me when I was little for not talking
For not
enough.
talking about enough. She'd yell at me for talking too much.
Literally, exact opposites.
Yeah.
But it works.
It does.
Also, you're more extroverted than I am.
Definitely.
I'm not like a hardcore introvert. Like, I want to go out every now and
Exactly. And I'm not a hardcore extrovert, but like we're a good medium of both of those.
then. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm considered an ambivert, but I do have like outgoing like bursts, if that makes sense.
I feel that.
But like, I forgot. I lost my train
I
of
think it
thought.
really depends on my mood.
Yeah. There are certain like streaks of time where I'm like, I want to go out. Like, I don't care what it is. We could go to the gas station and get like a snack. I just want to go out.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Change of scenery.
Yeah. I just want some ice cream.
Yeah. But like, oh, that's what I was thinking. Because you're more extroverted and I'm more introverted, it balances out like our conversations. I feel like I find a lot of the times you talk a bit more than I do.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Until you like get in your groove, and then if you find something that you really enjoy,
Then I talk.
you can.
You
talk.
can't shut me up.
Yeah.
But like,
But like that's good. Like there's a good balance.
yeah, it's like an introverted thing where like you open up a bit more when you're around people that
Yeah.
you're comfortable with. And I do talk your ear off sometimes. Like I will say, I will talk your ear off. But it depends on the topic.
Yeah.
But like, oh, what was I gonna say? Bro, I keep losing my train of thought. Because I'll get in the group of one thing and then I'll forget the other thing that I wanted to add. Oh, also like carrying conversations. No, I can't. Like,
Okay, so like
I struggle carrying
it's
conversations.
so hard. So like I'm in a sorority.
Mm-hmm.
So like recruiting, meeting new members, like all that kind of stuff. You have to like carry a conversation.
I can't.
And it is something I struggle with.
No,
like
because like my social anxiety goes.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
I will if I have to. Like, I'm I guess a little bit different than some people like with a more introverted disposition. If I have to, I will take charge of a situation, and I have in the past.
Yes.
And I've met people, like one of my friends in college, like first semester, I was talking to her. It was like a couple weeks into the semester, and she's like, when I first met you, I thought you were an extrovert. I was like, what made you think that?
Yeah.
But like, if I'm in a group of people and no one's talking,
It depends on the situation.
I'm like, well then, if no one's gonna talk and it's super awkward, I might as well like start something.
exactly. Like
'Cause-
someone has to be the extrovert.
Yeah, like if I'm in a situation where someone has to be extrovert, I'll be the extrovert.
Exactly. I feel that.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to be the extrovert, but I can be, and I'm pretty decent at being the extrovert.
I
If it
feel
needs to
that.
be. But I also feel extremely awkward starting it off.
I feel like everyone suffers with that, even with people that claim to be extroverts.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like a lot of the times people who have social anxiety are more introverted, but I feel like people fail to like realize that extroverts also experience social anxiety.
Yeah.
Like-
People are like, oh, you're so outgoing or blah, blah, blah. They don't even think that maybe they're feeling the same way.
They don't, yeah, I mean, because no one knows what's actually going on beneath the surface.
Exactly.
So many, like, I admire the people who are really good at like faking it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's what I aspire to be. A good faker till you make it.
I
Kinda.
think this is a good first step.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah.
We're both kind of
This
talking
is-
about stuff that
Yeah.
sometimes we probably wouldn't really talk about.
No, honestly, this is bringing out a lot of things. This has given us a platform to talk about things that probably would never have been brought up.
Yeah.
If
Which
we
I
didn't
think
do
is
this.
healthy.
It is.
Like, I don't know. It feels good. Because, like, when you're sitting in the car and or something, you know when you're sitting somewhere with someone and you want to say something, but you're like, that could get awkward.
Yeah.
Or that could change the mood.
Yeah.
So you don't say it.
So many times.
That's what
This is for.
Yeah.
I almost want to, like, if that happens, like, if it comes up, like, if we're in the car and I want to say something, but, like, it might ruin the mood, I might write it down.
We should add that to, like, a list. Like, we can have a private list. We can have, like, a private list,
Of things
too.
that, like,
Things that we want
to
We could do,
bring
like,
up.
we could do, like, a, like, confessions episode or something, and, like,
Oh my
we
God.
talk about, like, things of, like, and it doesn't even have to be about each other.
No,
It could
just,
be about
like-
situations we experience that we haven't been able to open up to someone else about, that we can open up to the podcast about. Honestly, I thought it was going to be way worse than this when we started. I thought it was going to be awkward because we're not used to, like, talking on camera, but
No.
it was actually natural. It was fairly natural.
Literally, no, because I find myself... I've had a camera shoved in my face my entire life since, like, I think it was, like, 2 minutes after I was born. The camera shoved in my face because my dad's a photographer by hobby.
Yeah.
But, like, I still feel awkward in front of a camera.
I've always liked being the center of attention.
We
That's
know.
like my personality, you know. Like I
We always
love
called you a ham.
taking pictures, you know. Like I want to be in the middle, in
I'm
the
actually
spotlight.
starting to enjoy taking pictures a lot more now.
Yeah, you
Then,
just
like-
because you need someone to. I feel like being with someone that enjoys it and makes you feel good about it
Mm-hmm.
really helps.
Like, doing it with my dad is fun, but, like, it's different doing it with someone who's, like, on the same, like, level as me. Like,
Yeah,
someone
and
my
that you're
age.
close with.
Yeah, in a different way.
Yeah.
Because I'm close with my dad,
Yeah.
but, like, the dynamic when he's taking a picture compared to when you're taking a picture is very different.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, with him, it's a lot more structured, it's a lot more professional, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
he's very into, like, that professional feel in his pictures.
We do it more for fun.
Yeah, ours feel more candid, whereas his are, like, they're airbrushed, they're studio.
Yeah,
They look amazing, but they're not, like,
it's just
a
different.
photo dump. You know what I mean?
We're going for the photo dump aesthetic.
We really are, but I love the photo dump aesthetic.
Yeah, me too.
I love
it's
it.
like so.
It feels more authentic.
It gives like vibes. Like growing up together, like childhood friends and photo dump is giving the same aesthetic.
It really is. Man, I love this. I love that we're doing this.
I also love it.
I'm
Here,
I'm so like bad about this. I'm such an overthinker.
but like
No,
we just need to be living in the moment. Is what we need.
and that's what I need to be working on a
And
lot
that's
more.
what this podcast
Because
is going to be helping us.
a lot, like, I've started to come to terms with the fact that I've had anxiety for a really long time and I just didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there'll be times where I'm, like, reflecting back on certain moments in my life and I'll be like, oh my god, I didn't realize, but that's definitely anxiety.
Yeah.
And this year has been, like, crazy for me emotionally and mentally. Like, it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because, you know, different, like, chapter of your life, you're, like, changing and
Yeah.
so many things are happening at once. But I think I'm becoming slightly more, like, self-aware.
College definitely made me more aware.
And what I've, like, in those moments where I'm reflecting on when I experience anxiety, a lot of the times it has to do with worrying about the future.
I
What-
feel that.
like-
See, recently,
Mhm.
I've actually tried to stop thinking about the future. I have
That's
been
what I need to be
thinking
working
about
on.
the future so much my whole life. I mean, we both went to extremely academically inclined high schools where all they did was tell us to think about our future. And now that I'm in college, I'm like stressing about it. Like, oh, what are you gonna do when you get out? What are you gonna do? What am I doing
don't
when
know.
I'm in it?
Exactly. Because I'm worrying so much about what happens next. I lose the opportunity to enjoy what I'm
Dulling
doing
the moments
currently.
that are currently happening.
Exactly.
Yeah. I honestly, like, I believe that everything will work out eventually, you know? Like, we did something right to get where we are.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to live more in the moment
Mm-hmm.
and stop worrying about what's going to happen in tomorrow, next week, next month, in the next 5 years, you know?
Yeah. And that's something I know I definitely need to
I
work
still
on.
need to work on it too, but I'm
Like-
trying to accept it more.
Yeah, especially like in terms of like academics, like in
Yeah.
my career and all of that.
It's
So much.
scary.
Like I'm so scared about so many different things. There's so many different things that I keep thinking about. So many different factors you have to like add in. Like
Yeah.
every time I think about it, I freak out because I'm like, what?
I get really stressed too about that stuff, but I've just
Because you have to have
realized-
it in the back of your mind, otherwise it'll catch up to you, and you're like, well, damn, like what do
Yeah.
I do now? But you don't want to worry about it too much and like ruin your experience as an undergrad, because you're only an undergrad once.
Exactly.
You can go to grad school at any age.
Exactly.
Oh, and you can go to college at any age in your life.
Yeah.
But like, the true undergrad experience is when you're in your late teens to early 20s.
Exactly.
And it's a time in your life where you're able to make mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, we're almost 20.
That's so scary.
It's really scary.
It's so scary.
But, like,
I'm really enjoying 19. Can I just say that?
we need to. Like, the next 6 months,
We need to like fully
we
enjoy
need to
it.
fully enjoy
Because-
the last of being a teenager.
I'm 20 before you are.
Yeah.
So, yikes. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to make the best of it.
Yeah.
It's something where you're just going to have to.
Yeah. I feel like you don't have to go out all the time to
No.
like fully enjoy life. But I need to find other things that make my existence more enjoyable. Like like things to like fill the void. If that makes
I
sense.
feel that. Yeah.
Like I write short stories.
hmm
I've really picked up on that recently.
Okay, actually, when you told me about that, I haven't done a lot, but I have written one thing since we
have?
talked about that.
Okay,
yes.
I'm so proud of
It's
you.
like in my notes. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
But it's like
I wrote one at like 2 a.m. the other day, and then yesterday I wrote 3
it
in
isn't
one
more
sitting.
of a. It's not really. It's not a story. It's more of like
Like a reflective piece.
yeah. It's like my feeling behind the saying everything happens for a reason,
Okay.
and it's like this really in depth piece about it.
See, I have like a document of all my short stories,
Mhm.
and I have several like pieces that are similar to that, where like it's like my thoughts on a certain thing, or
See,
like
I always get like thoughts. I never write them down. I was having that thought like at night, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna write it down.
I've been so like inconsistent with my journaling too.
Yeah, we need to do that before we go back to college. We
We
need
need
to journal for a day somewhere.
No, because the next time I pick up my pen and I write my journal, it's gonna be longer than 6 pages. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna be long. I have so many things to write down since the last time I wrote, because I like to write things that happened in my life
Yeah.
as well as like thoughts and feelings.
Keep
but
track.
like, it's some people are very like, what's the word? Very militant. They're very like structured in what they write in their journal.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I need to write this, 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 and this. Like some people like have certain like, if you don't know what to write,
Mhm.
it is good to have guidelines. But for me, it's like I'm just gonna write whatever comes to my mind.
That's what I want. I want to start doing that. I just want to write
It's very therapeutic.
whatever is gonna come out of my head.
It's very therapeutic. And I will say, I do write about you sometimes in there too.
Oh.
It's
No.
nothing funny. But like it's about like I'll write about if I hung out with you, or like I write about things that happened, and I write about like what I'm currently feeling, what I thought between when I'm writing now, when I wrote the last time, like things that happened, like I catch myself up.
Yeah.
Even though
That's
I know,
good though.
but the thing is, I never go back and read my entries. I feel like I just kind of leave it. But sometimes
But that's okay. I feel like that's kind of the point.
that's also good.
Yeah.
But sometimes I find it fun to like randomly flip to a page and see
Yeah.
what I wrote. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god. Like
sometimes
I can
it
see
helps
like,
with like acceptance and moving on a day.
Yeah.
Like
That's why
you finished the day and now you're moving on.
journaling is a common thing in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of therapists recommend that certain people who are going through or trying to process certain things write in a journal.
Helps with acceptance.
Yeah. I started journaling in like 2020 because like I might as well like document something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna write every day. Did not.
Yeah.
I did not.
I mean, some things don't always happen.
But, like, I've written at least a couple of months in the years between 2020 and now. You know what I mean? I've had a couple of
Yeah.
entries between, like, I'm not even halfway through that journal. But that's okay.
But that's okay.
Honestly, I feel like you can't be too hard on yourself with journaling. You know, it's supposed to be an outlet, not a chore.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. You see a lot of, like, people talking about certain things on social media, and you're like, oh my god, that's something I should do. But, like, I feel like some people do certain things because everyone else is doing it, not because
Yeah.
it's for
That's so real.
their own
I
benefit.
see so many things. I'm like, oh, I should do that. I should do that.
But, like-
there's no way I'm gonna do all 20 of those things I saw today on TikTok.
Like, yeah, they're good for me, but, like, do I personally want to improve on that aspect?
yeah. Or do I need to do all of that?
Exactly.
I feel like we set our standards so high
We do. And we
because
see,
we see so many people doing
Yeah.
so many different things,
and we compare ourselves to
Yeah,
them.
but we have to realize that the person that we saw doing the journaling video
Mm-hmm.
is not the same person that we saw deep cleaning their fridge.
Yep.
Everyone's doing their own things,
And-
so we don't have to do all of them.
And what they're showing is what they want us to see.
Exactly.
So they could be deep cleaning their fridge in that clip, but they could, like, just, like, half-ass it and then, like, just show what, like, them cleaning one specific part. Or, like, journaling, when they're journaling, they're writing a sentence in that shot. That might be the only sentence they wrote that day.
Yeah,
And you wouldn't know.
you wouldn't know, and it's all about like
Perspective.
and personal like commitment.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, you set your own, like, standards and goals
Yeah.
for yourself. Like, don't base your personal goals off of someone else's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like a lot of people, expect myself included, need to, like, learn to, like, not compare themselves as much to everyone else that
Which
they
is
see.
the worst thing in society is comparison.
And everyone's
it's
guilty
so
of doing
hard.
it.
Everyone.
Everyone is. Even the ones, if someone's saying they aren't, they're lying. If this was tolerable, if this was a tolerable experience for you, maybe think about subscribing to this channel.
Yeah, why not?
There's plenty of things coming in the future.
A funny moment from each video is the end, and we can do it in like black and white or something that like we do in every single video, like a grainy edit or something.
Yeah,
on that
but
video, every
Samsung
single
quality
time.
kinda
Some
like-
shitty ass edit to it. So we do like 5